Okay, I've got the other side lined up pretty well, the concrete side, and stuck my jack under the bulkhead just to jack it up into place. And what I'm doing now is just digging the dirt away and trying to pull it out rather than let it go down in the hole. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of cutting around the grass and then grabbing the grass and pulling it out as I go. That way I don't wind up with all that down in the bottom of that hole, so that I have to just turn around and dig it out again. And yeah, making progress, I guess. Alright, I've got the stone side lined up pretty good here. You can see it's kind of pretty close to where it was before. And I'm debating on what to do. Part of me is thinking about buying a lot of concrete, bringing my mixer over here, driving some rebar down on the ground and pouring concrete up there to hold that. And another part of me is thinking about just letting that sit, throwing some of that fiberglass insulation in the back of it, putting a couple of water gutters out here to move the water away from this, because I think that's probably part of the problem, is that water drains off the roof and runs down in here. When it freezes, it expands and pushes these things in. And sort of also thinking about building a side out of wood over there, putting some of that behind it. And I know it won't last as long as the concrete, but you know, if it does push in, you can just grab it and beat it apart and build a new one and put it back. A lot easier than trying to put a moved piece of concrete back in place. So I'm debating on that. Even if I put a piece of rebar down in behind that, if you'll notice, that piece is pushing in too, as is the one under here. So in order to, you know, get it completely stabilized, I'd have to dig all the way down to ground level, concrete, rebar, a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of money. And I'm kind of leaning away from that and leaning more toward something a lot simpler. So that's what I'm thinking about. For right now, I can pack up all my tools, grab my plow, head back over to the house, because I got to make a trip to town. But whatever I'm going to do is going to require purchasing something. Lumber, cement, something. So for now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close this up. It's basically just about in place. With a little adjustment, I get it right in place. And load everything up, take the Jeep and the tools home, consult with Honey Baby, and then we might have to make a trip to the supply store to gather up whatever we're going to need to go from there. That's the thought. That's the plan. Alright then, that was a good start. Let's go home and talk to Honey Babe and see what we want to do next here. It's her house, so I kind of like to consult with her before I take any action.